So, today we're going to tackle a really big question. How do we build artificial intelligence that we can actually trust? It's a journey that takes us all the way from the very real risks that we face every day to the massive competitive edge that companies can get if they do this right. Let's dive in. I mean, really, just stop and think about that for a second. The news you see, the products that get recommended to you, AI is constantly working in the background, shaping your reality. And, as these things get smarter and more powerful, you got to ask, who's making sure these decisions are fair, that they're transparent, and ultimately that they're safe? And that question? Well, that leads us perfectly into our first topic here, the AI consumer dilemma. Because before we can even begin to talk about building better AI, we need to get a really clear picture of the problems it can create for every single one of us. Okay, so this is super revealing. It breaks down what the top researchers are really worried about based on a huge review of scientific papers. And the number one issue, by a long shot, is a lack of transparency. We don't know how AI is making these important calls that affect our lives. And right behind that, violations of our data and algorithmic discrimination. These aren't just abstract fears. This data shows they are the most common ethical problems we see in AI right now. And just look at the growing sense of urgency here. The number of academic studies on this exact topic has absolutely exploded. We're talking more than a tenfold increase in just 5 years. The world is clearly waking up to this problem, and the research community is scrambling to figure it out. So here's the bottom line. When AI isn't built with care, it's not a neutral tool. It can quietly shrink our choices, reinforce harmful biases, and spill our most private information. And maybe the most unsettling part of all, it can do all of this in the background without us ever realizing it's even happening. But it's not all doom or gloom, right? Recognizing the problem is step one. So now we're going to pivot and look at a practical, hands-on solution that's designed for the people on the front lines, the developers who are actually building these powerful systems. Meet SAFE AI. It stands for the Scalable, Agile Framework for Execution in AI. Now, this isn't about creating some slow, bureaucratic ethics committee that bogs everything down. It's the exact opposite. It's a lean, practical process made to plug right into the fast-paced development cycles that companies already use, especially for smaller businesses that don't have a whole ethics department on standby. So how does it work? Well, it's broken down into 4 pretty straightforward phases. First up is discovery, which is really just asking the simple question, hey, who could this project actually affect? Then you move to assessment, where you decide what fair and transparent actually look like for this specific project. After that is development. That's the coding and testing. And finally, you have monitoring, which is absolutely crucial because an AI model is never done. It needs to be watched constantly, even after it's out in the wild. Now, to really wrap your head around why we even need a special framework for AI, you have to get this one key difference. Most software we use is what you could call a product engine. Think of a simple calculator. It's deterministic. 2 plus 2 will always equal 4 every single time. But an AI is an inference engine. It's probabilistic. It's more like a weather forecast. It deals in probabilities and uncertainty. And getting slightly different results each time isn't a mistake. It's a core part of how it's designed to work. This quote from the research just hits the nail on the head. That mathematical uncertainty, it's a feature, not a bug. And because AI and regular software are such fundamentally different animals, you just can't manage them with the same old playbook. You need a new one. And this is what that new playbook looks like in the real world. This workflow diagram is brilliant because it makes responsibility something you can actually see and measure. See that diamond in the middle? Is within tolerances? That's the magic right there. It's a hard stop, a go/no-go moment. The team has to literally stop and ask, is this model behaving within the ethical limits we agreed on? And if the answer is no, it doesn't get released. It's as simple as that. Ethics is no longer a vague idea, it's a hard engineering requirement. So how do you decide if something is within tolerances? Well, you use what Safe AI calls responsibility metrics. This just means you define concrete, measurable goals before you even write a line of code. Acceptance criteria define what success looks like. Fairness metrics check to see if the model is treating everyone equally, and transparency metrics make sure the AI's logic isn't just some mysterious black box. And for that transparency piece, there's this brilliant little tool called SPM. It's a bit of a mouthful, but it stands for Scenario-Based Probability Analogy Mapping Method. The idea is simple. Instead of bombarding people with confusing stats, it explains an AI's prediction using a simple story or a real-world comparison. And this is huge because it helps everyone from the CEO to the customer actually understand what the AI is saying and, more importantly, what the real risk is if it's wrong. All right, let's pull back from the nitty-gritty for a second. Because doing this stuff, using frameworks like SafeEye, it's not just about dodging bullets or avoiding bad press. It's actually the key to unlocking the next industrial revolution. So, there's this incredible report from Fraunhofer and Accenture, and it talks about something called the digital thread. The big idea is that AI is weaving this seamless, connected data backbone through a product's entire life, from the very first design sketch to the final product being used by a customer. This is completely changing how we design and build pretty much everything. And this isn't some far-off future stuff. It's happening right now. AI is running complex simulations that used to take supercomputers weeks to figure out. It's scanning massive parts lists for manufacturers, finding tiny defects that a human eye would never, ever catch. The list just goes on and on. It's having a huge impact on how we engineer the world around us. And that is the big takeaway here. All of this, frameworks like SafeAI, concepts like the digital thread, they're not just defensive moves. They are proactive. They're about building a rock-solid foundation of trust. And on that foundation, companies can innovate faster, build better things, and create a real sustainable edge over the competition. Okay, so where does all of this leave us? We've looked at the risks, we've walked through a real solution, and we've glimpsed the incredible potential that's out there. So what's the path forward? This quote from the report pretty much wraps it all up. The companies that are taking this stuff seriously right now, the ones putting in the work to build both the technical and the ethical foundations for AI, they're the ones who are going to win. The game isn't just about who can move the fastest anymore. It's about who can move the fastest responsibly. And so we're left with one last really important question. As AI becomes the architect of more and more of our world, both digital and physical, we all have a responsibility to keep asking, who is building it? And maybe more importantly, what values are they building into it? Because the answer to that question, well, that's going to define the future for all of us.